Hello and welcome to the Billionaire Index by the Daily Episode Network. And in this episode, we'll be talking about somebody extremely famous, somebody whom you all might be aware of, somebody's brand you might have used or dreamt of using, the LV owner, Mr. Bernard Arnault, who is the third richest person of the world.
With a peak net worth of $188 billion, the LVMH Moet Hennessy Louis Vuitton CEO Bernard Arnault surpassed Bill Gates to become the third richest person globally. The French businessman is the driving force behind some of the biggest luxury fashion brands in the world.
He's also the driving force behind a lot of scams, tax evasions, and some hostile takeovers, if I'm not wrong.
Well, people are just jealous of such great personalities that they, spread
Quite
such
possibly,
rumors.
that might as well be possible, but he might also be a little shady.
Bernard Arnault is a French entrepreneur who is the founder, CEO, and chairman of the LVMH. The corporation LVMH is a group of many companies that deal with the manufacture and sale of luxury products such as designer clothes, fragrances, leather products, and alcoholic drinks.
So he has a lot of products, a lot of different companies. Then why does he not pay taxes completely? I mean, he's been charged multiple times with tax evasion in France. There have even been raids at his offices. You know, this one time there was a raid in which they wanted to speak with him personally, and they wanted to raid the offices of LV, and along with that Moet and Hennessy, which are all his brands. And all these headquarters are situated about 10 to 15 minutes away from each other. And 7 inspectors arrived unannounced to raid these offices, where they wanted to talk with Europe's richest man himself. They could not do that, but they did raid the offices, and that is that.
So the inspectors, they raided his offices. Did they have any strong evidence against him, or
You will not know any evidence
so
that
they
they
just
had.
assumed that something
It's not an
suspicious is going on?
assumption, it's a suspicion. And the inspectors, the authorities, they don't assume against somebody.
Okay, so you are saying that something suspicious was going on in the office.
I'm saying the officers suspected that. And
Yeah.
we don't know what
So
they
did
found.
they find
And
anything?
we don't know what they found and what they didn't found.
So you just know half of the information that they raided the offices, but you don't know that whether they found something or not. And probably they came out, empty-handed.
That is a possibility, but it doesn't mean that their suspicions were wrong.
They came empty. So their suspicions were wrong. Anyway, Bernard Arnault has built LVMH into the biggest luxury company by making multiple acquisitions. The company's CEO also believes that the surrounding he creates is just as important as the product. So products produced within the LVMH bear a mixture of luxury and art so that the clients feel special. LVMH has been keen on creating luxury apartments where customers can meet and have dinner viewing parties. Clients can utilize these kinds of apartments to do private shopping, and the company has used exclusive parties as a marketing tool to display and advertise its products.
The company is also known for hostile takeovers. So, back in 2018, Hermes actually filed a case against these guys, and Hermes claimed that this was the most important fraud in the history of French stock market in a court filing. So, and when these guys actually tried to file a case against them, because Mr. Bernard actually, took up 17% stake in the company, and
Did he
Hermes
pay for it?
he did pay for it, but it was a family operated business and they did not want to sell or give over control. But
So is it his fault? He paid for the stake and he bought the stake.
Sure.
He wanted his share in the company.
Sure.
Arnault is keenly aware of the crucial role in creating and managing such an entity. He observes that many brands have untapped potential but might not become stars because they are poorly managed. He
That
analyzes.
is why he wants to take over all these brands in a very hostile manner, which is not a fair business practice.
He buys those brands.
Sure.
He analyzes that a brand should always be seen and treated like a person who needs and requires care. The brand enables the CEO to analyze how best it performs its role and improve that. A brand, just like a person, requires multiple inputs to become functional and beneficial to people who depend on it. Therefore, Bernard Arnault has always seen the conglomerate as a person who requires many inputs to perform well in the market. Such a great thinking
And you
that
know what persons do, what people do? They evade taxes, and that is exactly what Mr. Bernard Arnault does. He evades taxes. There have been multiple claims of tax evasion filed against him, and he was supposedly filing taxes in Belgium when France actually said that you're supposed to file with us, and Belgium was about to hand over his tax file to France, to Paris, to which he was very, you know, mad about. And that's when he came out with all these claims that that's not supposed to happen, and he was paying all the due taxes. Apart from that, on several other occasions, he's been known to avoid taxes, avoid paying taxes. And there's also an anti-corruption group that accused Louis Vuitton Foundation of a tax evasion fraud because they were building up a Frank Gehry designed contemporary art museum for which they allotted a budget and allocated a budget of $100 million, and that ended up rising to 894 million. And that amount of money, they wanted a rebate in tax. They basically did not want to pay tax that year because they spent
so
those
do you
amount of money.
think that he should have compromised on the quality of the museum?
I'm definitely not saying
Or he
that,
should have,
but
just
something which was originally planned to be built in 100 million can't just shoot up to 900.
because he
8
wanted
times.
to focus on quality. As mentioned before, that he is very, very keen on, making things precisely, and, he is all about perfection.
Sure.
Through the leadership of Arnault, a brand such as Christian Dior, Vuitton, and Fendi rose to become one of the most preferred companies in the sale of perfumes. While growing up, Arnault always wished to trade in luxury products, a dream that purchased him to purchase a Bossa. Also, it's just not, bad things about him that we are saying. He also donated around, $226 million for the rebuilding of the Notre Dame.
Okay, he did that, but that's about 0.5% of his net worth, 0.05% of his net worth.
So how much amount did you donate?
No, that is different. People living in different areas have different causes to donate for. That is not what I'm saying. I'm saying he could have done so much more.
Also, Europe's richest man, he announced that his LVMH group will contribute $11 million to help fight the wildfires currently ravaging the Amazon rainforest.
So $11 million, that's about 0.01% of his total net worth. How does that even make a difference to him? He could have donated so much more. If he was evading taxes of about 800, 900 million, he could have donated so much more.
He wasn't evading taxes, and we are no one to judge how much he contributed towards the cause.
And what about the fact that he paid 10 million euros, and that because he was actually spying on private citizens, and specifically a person who directed a documentary against him. So he was spying on that citizen, and he was using France's old detectives and all to do that job.
So did he pay any kind of fine?
Yeah, he paid 10 million euros, if you didn't tell me.
Yeah, so he paid the fine.
He didn't pay the fine. There was an out-of-court settlement so that he doesn't get to go to jail. He avoided jail time by paying that. So I personally find him very shady, and
I find him a great leader for LVMH Group.
He might be a good businessman, but he is a shady person.
He's a good businessman because he thinks about his workers and the surroundings they are working in. He is a generous person.
And does not like to pay taxes generously.
No, he's very intelligent person, and he always pays his taxes.
Sure, if you say
He
so.
just invests intelligently, and it's his choice to donate how much money he wants to donate.
Well, we can keep debating about this forever. Let us know what you think in the comment section below. Leave a like on this video if you liked it. Share it amongst your friends.
And subscribe the channel.
Thank you.